guys. I'm driving, and I'm not a fan of watching driving lives. However, this has been coming up lately, and I'm not going to get the opportunity to talk about it. So instead of waiting and possibly not doing it, I'd rather just do it as I'm on my way to my next place. So what has really been coming up is the difference between a coach, a consultant, and a teacher. This is something that is taught in professional coaching school, which is why it sort of makes sense that there's not a lot of there's a lot of confusion around it, because not every coach has been to professional coaching school, and they don't have to, right? They just have to be good at they just have to be good at what they can deliver to you. They have to know what they can deliver to you and then be able to deliver that to you. And so they don't have to go to professional coaching school in order to do that. So that does not make someone less of a coach. However, the confusion is between a coach, a consultant, and a teacher. So just felt inspired, and I'm doing this even though I'm driving. However, as you can tell, I'm looking at the road. So a coach, one of the basic underlying beliefs of coaching is that the client is perfect. So coaches are not therapists. We're not here to work out your stuff. We're here to reveal what's going on in you and then help you create steps to move forward into closing the gap of where you're at now and where you want to be. So that's a coach. So if I believe that you're perfect, my job as a coach is to ask you questions so that you can see what's happening within you. So coaching is a lot of asking questions, right? Whether that is asking questions for you to journal, whether that is asking questions one-on-one, whether that is asking questions in a Facebook post. I'm at a red light, so I'll look at the camera. So that's what coaching is, right? Consulting is, I've been where you're at, I am where you want to be, and I'm going to tell you how to get there. So I'm giving you instruction, right? So that is a consultant. I'm telling you what to do, or I'm giving you options. Coaching would ask you questions and you would come up with the options. And then a coach would ask, hey, do you mind if I add? Hey, do you mind if I challenge you, right? Coaches don't tend to interrupt. We tend to allow you to speak for as long as because sometimes you need to say a lot of stuff to get to, like, we like to dilly-dally and then we'll finally drop into what really matters. So a lot of coaches should allow you to work through your process until you can get to what actually matters underneath there. A consultant, more direct. This is what you should do. And then a teacher will teach you a concept, right? Coaching doesn't teach you concept. However, coaches do all three. So I consult, I teach, and I coach, sometimes in the same discussion. The difference is most times I'll ask. If it's a teaching moment, then I'm going to teach. But most times if I'm working with someone one-on-one, I'll ask, hey, do you mind if I teach for a second? So I want to tell the person or ask the person's permission, is it okay if I step out of coach and go into consultant or teacher or whatever? But those are the differences between a coach, a consultant, and a teacher. Now, again, you can do all three in the same conversation. It's just a matter of what hat is that person wearing at that time. And that's the confusion. A lot of people say, oh, I had a coach and she told me everything to do. Well, that was actually more of a consultant. Doesn't mean a coach can't consult. A coach absolutely can consult. However, at that moment when I'm consulting, I'm wearing my consultant hat, right? If that makes sense. Coaches absolutely can teach. Consultants can absolutely teach. So the three hats are interchangeable, but just knowing what hat actually means what seems to be a lot of confusion. So I wanted to clear that up. I am going to be going live more often. I am in the middle of a visibility challenge that has really challenged me to look at why I'm not being more visible. And so doing the work within me of going, oh, I'm really avoiding stepping into my power. Got it. So I will be going live more often, which is why it was like, if I don't do this now, I'm not going to do this. So I wanted to come on and share with you folks. I will be talking, one thing that came up really hard was commitment. Another thing that came up really hard was confrontation. So these are things that I'll talk about. And I guess what I'm finding my strength is I'm really good at shifting perspective to serve you better. So that'll kind of be where I focus on, of like showing or introducing a topic and then maybe a perspective shift, so that, like, let's say you have to have a confrontation. Maybe with a perspective shift, you won't dread it. You'll actually look at it as an opportunity to understand versus, oh my God, we're going to get into a fight. So that'll kind of be my stance on and it's really how I look at things, which is why it's a strength of mine, because I do it so often within my own head. So that'll kind of be where I come from, and I will be going live more often. I won't be going live today, and I'm not sure about tomorrow. However, Thursday and Friday, I'm getting really, really strict and boundaried up on my calendar, which is beautiful and difficult at the same time. But it really puts me in a position where I can really delegate time to what I care about versus, oh, this is big and scary and I'd rather do this other little mundane task versus what really matters, right? So, and I have to admit, I've been doing a lot of that. Not a lot. I've been doing some of that, especially in this realm. This realm I deeply, deeply care for. And so it's harder for me to show up here because it means so much to me. So I will be showing up live more often. I know I say that every single time I go live, however, I will this time. And I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday. We decide how our day's gonna go, right? So I just talked about this yesterday in her 90-day plan premiere. You know, we are the captains of our own ship, right? Doesn't mean that we control the wind, doesn't mean that we control the waves in any capacity. That happens. But being the captain of our own and being the captain of our own ship means that I get to guide my ship in the waves, in the wind, and I get to choose my destination and steer my ship towards where I want it to go. So we can have amazing weeks regardless of what's going on. We can find joy in little things, like pockets of joy, find pockets of joy. I know it's a tough time for a lot of people, and we can still grow and create the best out of what we have. You know, one of the metaphors that I used yesterday in her 90-day plan premiere was, you know, even if we're headed towards a crash, we can minimize the damage and the impact on our ship, on our vessel. So again, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.